What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Sly Jordy, and welcome back to some more F1 25 driver career mode for the Texas Grand Prix of Season 3. But if you missed last episode at the Singapore Grand Prix, we got back on form. We managed to win the Singapore Grand Prix, got pretty lucky with Leclerc getting caught up, battling with Sainz at turn 1, and we never let go of the advantage that we got. We got like 3 seconds ahead, something like that, 3.5 seconds ahead, 5 seconds after the pit stops, as we both got caught in traffic, but we made quick work of the traffic we were in, whereas Leclerc got a little bit stuck. That being said, he still managed to claw it back to only a 1.5 second deficit, so Leclerc is easily the best driver this season, and it's going to take a ton of work for us to make up what is now a 33-point deficit. So we gained 7 points on Leclerc, and there's still plenty of opportunity to get this championship still, as the next couple of Grand Prix, Texas and Brazil, are sprint weekends. So and we're always really strong in Vegas, so there's a lot of points up for grabs, and I'm confident about Vegas. So we'll see what happens. In terms of changes to the car, I'll be fitting in a new ICE. I also went ahead and protected some of the durability parts, and yeah, with all that being said, pretty much it's just time to get these objectives done, or at least selected. Complete 16 laps during a race weekend, that's very, very easy. And perfect 2 practice programs during a race weekend. Complete 3. I think we can complete 3, right? Surely quick practice still counts. But yeah, we're getting towards the very end of the season now. In terms of progress history, it looks as though Williams and Ferrari are the best cars. Just like last episode, we'll see if they brought in any upgrades going into the next weekend.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Cool. We got some extra parts as well, so we'll get another part, extra R&D points, so we'll get another part protected. And yeah, that's all we really needed to say. So without further ado, it's now time to go into the circuit of the Americas. So Williams are the team that had a part removed this time around. Not that they're really fighting for wins. I mean, they've had some really good results. They had a win at some point, but clearly it's Ferrari and Leclerc that are the best on the grid. And we're not too far behind, but Leclerc is definitely the quickest, that's for sure. But yes, like I said, this is a sprint weekend, so a lot of points up for grabs, 8 extra points up for grabs. So the comeback is still on. It's definitely, you know, possible. Let's have a look at the progress history now. It looks like we're getting so far through that you can't even properly see it, but we're all really close anyway. It looks as though Ferrari and ourselves are the best teams on the grid right now. So yeah, that's very, very interesting. Anyway, let's get into free practice 1 and yeah, get ourselves situated back around Texas again, because we haven't raced around here since season 1.
Welcome to Texas, where that now iconic run up to turn 1 will have us all on the edge of our seats. The Americans do it bigger and better. We're in for a great show. We're in for free practice.
All right, here we go then. There's Aiden Jackson in the Red Bull. Red Bull, 8th place in the Constructors' standings this season. They've just been going completely downhill since Max Verstappen left for Ferrari at the end of Season 1 to replace Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton only lasted 1 season at Ferrari.
Into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so go and give them a try.
So, unfortunately, we only have the hards and the softs available to us for this session. So, and it is only the 1 practice session as well. So, there's not really much we can do. But let's go out on the hards and we'll do race strategy, fuel management, and then if we've got enough time, we'll do tyre management. But it'll be mostly racing today. We can do either softs or hards. I'm going to go on to the Actually, I do want to use both sets of tyres, so we'll go out on the hards first. And then we'll come back in and go on the softs.
Don't push the car just yet. Track is still
for
green.
race strategy.
Try to take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Because we're going to be using the softs quite a lot this weekend. In the sprint, of course, and in qualifying. Maybe in the full race. Depends how the tyre wear is. But I do want to get some laps in on the hards. Just to see how it all feels. But yeah, not even recently, today, we actually got our first look at the 2026 cars in real life out on the track. And that Audi has definitely grown on me. Definitely, I mean, a lot of us agreed with Arava, to be fair. It does look like a generic, like, my team starter car. I swear there was like a livery in F123 that looked like had a very similar like layout and shapes on it than the as the Audi car. But yeah, it definitely looks really good out on track. That's for sure. Alright, let's see if we can hit 200 miles an hour down this straight. Oh yeah, that's easy. There you go. Already complete. Not a problem at all. I mean, the powertrains are nearly maxed out anyway, so no surprises there. Definitely feels a bit sluggish. I think we could put a little less brake bias on the front. Try and get the car turned in a bit more. Tyres are cold as well, so it's definitely worth noting. Three people watching, what's up? I'm going to do 3 laps on the hards and then pit, get on the softs and do our race strategy program. The car is definitely a boat. It's been a while since we had a track where the car doesn't feel good. Really yearning for what could have been around Baku. Baku is obviously the track where I feel like I'm cursed. Every time we get to Baku, I've never won there in the career mode. Even though I've not done, I can't think of a time I've ever done inherently bad at Baku, neither. At least like in terms of my personal skill in the career mode. Of course, when it comes to the car, we got really unlucky this season, so next season will be our final chance of finally getting a win at Baku. At least on this iteration of F123, of course, we'll get a second bite of the cherry in the 2026 DLC. There's Yuki coming out now. Just behind me. Alright, tyres have definitely warmed up now. Look at all that time gain. It's not the area you want to get off the racing line, but I suppose the AI gets a little confused there because we do have to go to the inside very quickly, so I guess it would have been worse if he was on the inside. 1:35.3, much quicker lap time now that the tyres have warmed up. Albon was out then, and he did that weird AI thing where they went out for an outlap and then just came right back in. I don't get why they do that. Alright, last lap on the hards. Definitely not as quick this time around. Probably a mistake on my part. Alright, good sector 3 that.
We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Sonoda's looking quick, that's good. He's starting to pick up some consistent results recently. Definitely a lot more consistent than Alonso was last season. But that's because we've balanced out the field, so yeah, the AI is definitely going to be a lot more geared towards their overall than the car. Alright, pretty good stint there. Car definitely feels like a boat as usual, and that's because of how much powertrain upgrades are in these cars, which is why it baffles me that the regulations that this career mode has set out is powertrain not centric. Like, we have to protect every part except from the powertrain, so you know I'm definitely going to do an R&D modifier next season. There's no way I'm going to do another powertrain dominant season. We already did that last season, so, you know, definitely not going to do that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I could do a chassis dominant season, or I could do an aerodynamic dominant season. I'll probably put a poll out, actually. I think that would be interesting. Put a poll out on socials. See if people want a chassis only or an aerodynamic only season. Well, I think I'll cancel the R&D modifier like a few races in, and then just let everybody get their upgrades in or whatever. I feel like that would be interesting. Alright, let's go. Soft tyres, race strategy. Let's do it. Alright, hopefully the AI hasn't wasted my tyres too much. Not too much. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. The purpose of this is to see how much wear we've got and how much fuel load we'll need. LECLERC topping the timesheets. He's always been quite strong at Texas. Alright, let's see how we do. We're on softs this time. Not the greatest. I could have gotten off the accelerator a little bit more on one of those turns. I should have gotten a bit earlier coming out of this one, but it's okay. Minor mistakes. Oh, a little bit of a slide out of that final corner. Wasn't the greatest, but it was a quick lap. That's all that matters. Yeah, went too quick into that corner. Couldn't get the car turned in, which was unfortunate. I've also got an itchy nose, which is bothering me. Okay. Car feels really good on softs though. But a lot of tyre wear, so I don't think we'll be doing a sprint on soft tyres. Who knows though, this is on a lighter fuel load. So... yeah, nearly 8/10 slower than that first lap, so big difference there. Lots of dirty air there. Had to brake earlier as well because Stroll's in my way.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Alright, well, that's practice done, and now we can go on towards
this lap, then. Come into
the sprint
at the end
race.
of this lap.
Oh no, sprint qualifying is next. So, let's get the car in, and then we can get doing that. Oh, it doesn't want to turn now. Jesus. Not that much tyre wear for 5 laps. It's not too bad at all. I wonder if we will be doing the soft, the sprint on the softs. Alright, pretty good practice session that. Unfortunately we won't be able to get the rest of the R&D points, but here's what it is. There's only 7 minutes left to go of the session anyway. I mean, now in hindsight I could have done tyre or fuel management because there were only 3 laps themselves anyway. I could have done that on the hards and would have got extra R&D points out of it. That's, yeah, okay, my bad. Oh well. Okay. Not too bad. Let's move on then. Let's go do sprint quali.
And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
Look at that. Esteban Ocon in the house. Topping the timesheets, followed by myself and Yuki. Yuki actually went faster. Not bad. Right, I think we'll just try and protect durability parts for now. Really curious to see what team we're going to end up at in Season 4, because we haven't got any secret meetings, and we're not going to get any secret meetings at this stage. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried, to be honest. You know, former champion could still be champion. You know, we are 33 points off, but, you know, there's 3 Grand Prix to go, 2 sprints. You know, there's still plenty of points on offer. So, I really don't know where we're going to end up. It's kind of worrying, because that will be our final season regardless. And I want something interesting. I don't want to end up at, like, V-Carb or Kick Sauber. You know, we did V-Carb in Season 1. I don't want to do Kick Sauber, right? I don't want to do Alpine, neither. So, we've already rejected Ferrari, we've rejected McLaren, we've rejected Williams, so I doubt they're going to offer us. So, we can't go back to Aston Martin because we broke the contract. So, the only teams that I could see myself really wanting to do is Haas or Haas, Mercedes, or Red Bull, right? I wouldn't mind, and the best of those teams, ironically, is Haas.
Haas would be interesting. Red Bull would be poetic, considering we started at VCarb. I don't know how I feel about going to Mercedes. Mercedes, especially during the ground effect era games, have consistently been one of the worst cars to drive in the game. So, I really don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But we've got to focus on the here and now. And the now, it's time for qualifying. Or sprint quali. Let's go.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
Okay. Oh, another cutscene I still haven't seen before. Wow. Okay. You know, they added like a bunch of new cutscenes for driver career in F1 24. And a lot of them kind of repeat themselves, but alright, we've got 11 minutes to set some laps. Let's go out and set a medium tyre lap first. Because we only have one set of softs, so yeah. Let's go. Real quick.
Everyone ready? Okay,
On the
let's
mediums, just to get a lap out. Because if we go out on the softs, we're going to wear those tyres out. The AI don't seem to have the same issue as I do. They seem to have multiple soft tyres, or just they don't get tyre wear in quali. I don't know. Because they get to set 2 laps on the softs when they really shouldn't be able to, right? Like, you know, they should not be setting quicker times in the second stint than myself. But they do anyway. They shouldn't even be getting anywhere near you. Especially on tracks with a lot of tyre wear. Yeah, this is a practice lap for quali. Or sprint quali. And then, yeah, the real thing is in a bit. With the soft tyres towards the end. And then we've got the sprint race. Which I am looking forward to. Texas is consistently one of the best tracks on the calendar. I always kick it out the calendar in Season 2, though. Because, I don't know, I kind of prefer Miami. Like the look of it. But I always try to have, like, only one American Grand Prix each season. And I usually gravitate towards Vegas. Because Vegas feels very climactic. But Miami's not good this year. Yeah, or rather in this game, so... You know. But I think I'll bring back Miami next season. I think we'll have all 3 American Grand Prix next season. I don't know, we'll see. I know I'm not going to have Zandvoort. Because Zandvoort's getting a bit predictable and boring. Jack, get out my way. Jesus. Alright, there we go. Hopefully I have enough ERS to reach the end of the lap. We'll see. 4 viewers watching, what's up? Five people watching, what's up? Whew, good lap that. Not that far off of Albon, to be fair. But to be fair, I don't know if people are pushing or not. That was a good lap on the mediums, though. The good thing about Texas, anyway, is that he really doesn't... As long as you do Sector 1 really well, the rest of the lap is really easy. And look, this car feels incredibly loose around here with the lower fuel loads compared to practice. But, yeah, we should be beating the likes of the Mercedes anyway. I don't know what's going on with McLaren in the latter half of this season, but they've completely lost it. I mean, Piastri was never really on it. His AI in this game is just not good. And even when he is good, he's incredibly unlucky because he'll have an engine failure 9 times out of 10.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Norris has completely dropped off this season as well. The championship is literally just between me and Leclerc, and I'm barely hanging on. 33 points is what's in it. We've got 2 sprints. This one and then in Brazil next episode. And then, yeah, 3 Grand Prix, including the one this episode.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Albon's the only one who's gone quicker. So not bad for medium tyres, that's for sure. Wasn't expecting that. Don't know how well we're going to do on the softs, though. But we've always done decent around Texas on this game. In any mode, including ranked. So I'm not too surprised. Texas does seem to be one of my stronger tracks in this game, so a bit of a pleasant surprise. I don't remember it being particularly strong for me in F1 23. Definitely not F1 24. Something's different about it in this game. 7 people watching. What's up? All right, now we'll just fit the softs on. And, I mean, if things stay as they are, we've got a chance at fastest lap. I mean, only the Williams are beating us. Ferrari do not seem to be on it right now, which is a really, really good sign.
All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
Really good sign, especially, well, I don't really mind Verstappen, but I do want Leclerc to do bad because he leads the championship. That's the guy we got to catch up to. Alright, here we go. Look at that top 5. Williams front row lockout. Ourselves in P3. Ocon P4. Ocon was very fast in practice, so yeah, and then Leclerc P5, quite a while away from us. I mean, I would prefer this situation to be in, like, the Grand Prix, but I'll take what I can get, you know? Desperate times right now as we go towards the end of the season. 33 points adrift of the top, as Leclerc looks to claim his first championship and Ferrari's first championship in 20 years. As of the time of our season, which is season 3, which is 2027. So, yeah. Leclerc will be determined. Ferrari will definitely be determined to have Leclerc win that championship. I'm going to check my audio first. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, I just wanted to check that. I don't know why I left it this long. 9 people watching, what's up? Alright, here we go. Bit of a late turn in there. Not the greatest. Definitely felt better on the mediums, but apparently the softs are definitely quicker. Forgot to use the RS there, so we lost a bit of time. I felt my line was definitely worse on the softs, but because of, I guess, a lot more grip, it wasn't that much of an issue this time around. There's Verstappen with a good time of P4. LECLERC does not seem to have improved. And where do we get? Pole position. Let's go. That's exactly what we needed. Whew. Not bad. Alright. How good was that time compared? 4/10 quicker.
Coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow.
And LECLERC all the way down in P6. That is a perfect situation for us. That is for sure. As we go into the sprint race. That's exactly what we needed. LECLERC finally starting to crumble a little bit in the latter stages of the season. He's got quite a lot of work to do to come back from P6, as we'll look to lead the field. Only 7 laps as well, wow. Okay. That's really not much. At all. I think we could definitely do that on the softs then. Not worried at all. We'll see what happens though. We still got we got pole position, but there's still a lot of work to do. There's the sprint, of course, and then, you know, Grand Prix qualifying, and then the Grand Prix itself, which could be tough still. We'll see though. But 9 people watching. What's up, guys? Might be time to turn the difficulty back up. I don't know. I can't seem to figure out what a good difficulty is, because obviously 104 was too high because we just couldn't catch anybody on the straights. And then same with 102. I tried 102 as well, and that was still rough. Because we've balanced out the field now, so... I mean, I remember the beta was really bad with equal performance and stuff. We'll have to figure it out. I think 100 might be the best balance, though. Right now it's on 98, but I'll turn it up after this.
Await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the 2 DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today.
Hell yeah.
And alongside me, bringing glamour and expertise to our commentary today, Naomi Schiff. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race, but I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Mediums? Yeah, softs don't seem to be that much slower. I'm going with the softs. You know, we went 5 laps in practice with a much with a similar fuel load, so surely this won't be bad. I'm going with the softs. Everybody else seems to be going mediums. Yeah, we don't need to warm up these tyres. Yeah, Leclerc all the way down in P6. Got the two Williams on P2 and P3 respectively. Verstappen, the wrong Ferrari, in P4. Ocon P5 in the Haas. Got to kick Sauber in the top 10 as well. Both Haas's in the top 10. As Behrman's in P9. I assume that is Hulkenberg in P10. And then Russell in P7. Don't know where our teammate is. I didn't really look, to be fair, because Jesus, he did bad. What the hell, Yuki? The car was really quick in practice. Looking very overcast today.
No threat of rain for the time being.
I was about to
Conditions
ask.
look good.
$11 people watching. What's up, guys?
Okay, incredible
Alright,
parking there.
here
Nice
we go.
one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Leclerc down in P6.
Keep an eye on the lights.
Hopefully he doesn't
The
gain
start
much.
sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Here we go. Really good launch for us. We are on the softs, however. So we do want to keep an eye on that tyre wear in these 7 laps. Going to get a big advantage in this particular section. Alright, let's just create as big of a gap as possible while these softs are better, because they won't be for long. Verstappen making a move on Albon, and I've got no idea. Wow, Leclerc has lost a lot of places, I think. Yeah, he's lost the position to Russell, he's lost the position... Yeah, I think he's just lost the position to Russell. There is a Haas there as well, so Ocon didn't have a good start. It's good for us. That's really good.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Yeah, we want to keep these guys out of DRS as much as possible. Verstappen's looking quick. So still going strong. Not for long though. I think one more lap and then the mediums will be better. Verstappen, I think
That's the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
I don't know if he's catching up to Sainz or not. Surely he's within DRS range though. Yep, car's starting to struggle now. Losing grip. Okay, Verstappen's definitely in DRS range of Sainz now. And I think we're starting to lose time to Sainz. There's Russell making a move on Albon. Russell doing very well in the Mercedes. Hopefully Sainz and Verstappen start fighting. Otherwise, Sainz is going to catch up, I'm pretty sure. Just check fuel load. Looking good. Yep, definitely losing time now. We had the advantage. It's going to be pretty similar to Singapore this, where we just try and maintain the pace as much as we can. Try and keep them out of DRS range. There's Verstappen making his move. Side by side. And he's done it. Pretty good move from Max there. But it is the wrong Ferrari. I don't care. So even if Verstappen catches up, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but I would rather maximise the points over Leclerc. Especially since I don't know how the Grand Prix is going to go, so... You know, I think one more bad result and that's the championship gone, pretty much.
Tyre condition still looking good.
I think he may have got within DRS range just. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on him. Yeah. That's him within DRS range now. Right, let's start saving ERS. Got a couple of laps ahead of us where we're going to have to fight with Max now. I think we finished P2 last time. I don't know. I seem to recall letting Max win round here because we were the V-carb driver at the time and obviously Max was in a championship battle. Alright, here we go. Here comes Verstappen making his move. Off to the inside. I think if Verstappen gets in front of us before Sector 1, so this part, it's over, pretty much, because with the amount of tyre wear we've got, we would not be able to take the dirty air. We just wouldn't make it through the corners. In fact, I'm pretty sure we would fall all the way down to P3, so it's critical that we keep Verstappen behind. Otherwise, we're just going to fall. Here comes Verstappen down the inside. Trying to give him as much space as possible, while trying to save ERS as well. Right, here we go, last lap.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Got that tyre wear. Pretty much exactly what I expected. Pretty much exactly what we got in practice. Right, here we go. We've only got 30% ERS. Here comes Verstappen. We've got nothing left. Side by side now for the win, this is. Just about managed to take it, but only because we were on the inside line. Because if we were on the outside, that would have been it. 14 people watching, what's up? Alright, here we go, round the final corner. Just about able to take the victory. Woo! Might have been a bit easier if we went on the mediums instead, but I felt like getting that advantage with the softs.
Excellent drive. The whole team have
was
worked
definitely more worth
especially
it.
hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
Driver of the day as well. Usually you get driver of the day for overtakes, so I would have thought that would have been like Russell or well, I thought that would have been Verstappen, considering he came up from P4.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend.
So we got 8 points versus Leclerc's 3.
Of course, the Grand Prix.
Sonoda recovered like a bunch of positions. It's a shame you don't get points for P10, but he recovered from P15 to P10. So I think that just goes to show how good our car is around here. As we gained more points on Leclerc. Still not enough though. That is only the sprint after all. And Leclerc was still able to get 3 points out of that. So what's really going to matter is the Grand Prix itself. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Alright, we're going to turn the difficulty up, because I feel like 98 is too, well, I don't know if it's too low. Maybe Texas is just easy. I don't know, but we're going back up to 100 as we now go into quali. So won't be as easy to get pole position this time. We were like 4 tenths ahead The race was a different story, but yeah, let's make quali a bit more competitive.
For everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at
But it might be because, you know, maybe I was wrong, and
the Americas, and it's
you know,
qualifying.
maybe because they only get to use one soft tyre, it actually does affect them in that second lap. I don't know, right? All I know is that I was 4/10 ahead and got pole position. So we'll see what happens this time round. All right, let's just go out and set a lap, shall we?
Okay, engines fired up, we're set.
20-minute qualifying session, so there should be plenty of time to see where the field spread is at. Hopefully Yuki does a lot better this time. But yeah, that was a important 8 points that we just took. But yeah, this one's going to be more important. 26 points up for grabs. And we've also got to hope that LeClerc doesn't do well neither, because we could win every race up until the end of the season, and if LeClerc remains as consistent as he has been, especially in the Grand Prix, he will still win the championship. That's how bad Baku was for us. Unless LeClerc gets a DNF, we do not stand a chance. There is still a chance of that, but we'll see. What is Ocon doing, man? Hey, if you want to go in front so bad, do it. All right. What's the occasion, guys? Why have I got so many viewers watching right now? At least this is going to be a much better episode than the Baku episode, that's for sure. I got loads of viewers, like pretty much the exact number of viewers, up to 14 live on the Baku episode, which was literally the worst episode of career mode I think I've ever experienced, with our gearbox issues and all that. Right, I think Antonelli's going to get a bit of a slipstream from us, but he's a Mercedes, nowhere near us, so I'm not worried. Let's do this. To be fair, I might also be really good at Texas because I really know how to spend the ERS around here, because Texas was pretty common in ranked. So I had to get good at this track compared to most others. .30.8.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Okay, 130.8. That feels like it was a good lap. Definitely felt like it. We absolutely maximised the ERS usage as well, like down to the last drop that we were allowed to have. And we were quicker than LeClerc, so that's a good thing. Ferrari do not seem to be good around here. Williams looks strong. Haas looks strong. Even Mercedes looks stronger. But Yeah, in quali conditions, Ferrari do not look strong around here. Or as strong as usual. However, in race conditions, I think Verstappen showed difference with the tyre wear concerns. Ferrari definitely better tyre wear than Williams, and in turn, definitely better than us. Verstappen goes P2. Verstappen's on pretty good form. He did win the last Texas Grand Prix we did, so he's continuing where he left off, pretty much. Alright. Not bad. Pretty good first lap as well, especially since we just heightened the difficulty, so I've just killed a man, apparently. I swear that's only a thing in this game. I don't remember that being a thing in F1 23. Okay. Let's see how Yuki does. I wonder if he's doing a lap right now or if he's about to... Yes, here we go. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda. 11th place in the standings, 46 points. Not as good as we would like him to be, but better than I expected. I have really bad luck with teammates for some reason. Regardless of what team I'm at, my teammate always does shit. I think the only exception would be Lance Stroll in Season 3 of my team in F1 23, because he nearly won the championship. And George Russell in the final season. I remember him doing pretty... Oh, actually, no, I remember Russell doing shit as well. I think he ended up still getting P2 in the Constructors with us, but, like, not through lack of trying, you know? Or not through lack of trying not to. Because he had some pretty bad results. I just seem to have really bad luck with teammates. Maybe it might be a focus thing. Well, it wasn't a thing in F1 23, but maybe it was. I don't know. Yeah, wait, focus was a thing in my team, I'm pretty sure. Or was it? I don't know, man. I can't remember. But, yeah. I think it's maybe because I'm doing so well, and then the teammate loses, like, focus and whatever, and struggles. I don't know. Ooh, go on, Yuki. P3. Yeah, we are pretty strong round here, it seems. That's good. Charles Leclerc all the way down in P7. That's crazy. Finally, the man with impeccable form is starting to lose that form. I was getting worried then. Like, he'd be so consistent that it wouldn't matter what I did. He would still win the championship. I don't know. We still have another lap to go just yet, so let's not speak too soon. Okay. Make sure we're on the new tyres. Let's do this.
Okay, guys, everyone be aware the car's ready to go.
Williams looking very consistent with their lineup around this track. They're next to each other every time, it seems. Alright. I wonder what that Williams is going to look like in this season. That is my team after all. Williams are my favourites, so, you know. I definitely want to be driving as them in F1 26 because we're not in this game, because I already did in F1 24 and the cars look too similar for me to really want to. I've been basically treating F1 25 like redemption for F124. My original plan for F124 was to do the first season at Williams, season 2 and 3 at Aston Martin, like we've done here, and then season 4, at the time it was Ferrari, but we're not doing that this time because I really hate the HP logo and I don't want to drive that car. And yeah, the big difference was we started at V-Carb in this game instead of Williams. And we've already rejected Williams in the secret meeting, so confirmed we're not going there. Ferrari confirmed we're not going there. Same with McLaren. So every other team, oh, and Aston Martin obviously, since we broke the contract. So every other team could take us. None of them are the championship contenders, so we'll have to see how it goes. The strongest of all of them is Haas, so we'll see what happens, whether we get them or not. Might have used a bit much ERS in Sector 1. Yeah, definitely a bit much. That's a late break. Managed to save it though. Purple Sector 2.
We think we might see some rain. ETA about 50.
Well, we would have been fine regardless.
Yes,
we went a
excellent
tenth quicker.
We're all
I absolutely
very
sent it
pleased
in
with
that
one.
final
Nice
corner.
work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Yeah, I absolutely sent it in that final corner. So even turning the difficulty up, we are just really strong around Texas. And I don't think anybody really improved other than us. So, wow, look at that. We could be looking at a double Aston Martin podium for the first time ever. Fernando got really, really close last season. But Yuki might just be the man to do it. And if we could maybe drop Verstappen, wouldn't it be interesting if Yuki Tsunoda could get a P2 and we have an Aston Martin 1-2 around Texas? Wouldn't that be interesting? But yeah, the same kind of gap as before, really. Looks like there wasn't much of a difference made. It's so inconsistent, man. I remember back in F123, the difficulty was a bit more consistent, and then since F124, right, we have to, like, I don't want to be that guy that changes the AI difficulty every single race, because then I have to keep experimenting and finding out which difficulty would feel the same and correlate and have good balance. Like, that's not my job. That's Codemaster's job. That's the developer's job, right? To make the AI consistent across a race calendar. I want to use the same difficulty across the whole season. So I should be able to do that, you know? But yeah, we've only got 20 laps of Texas, so it's not horrible. Let's go into... oh yeah, we already spent the R&D points, so there's literally nothing else to do except go into the race. So here we go. Double Aston Martin podium could be happening. Wouldn't that be crazy? Fingers crossed it happens. Alright, yeah, we got this awkward long loading screen now. I really hope these are improved in F127. I would have thought they would have been improved, you know, with F125 dropping last gen finally. You'd think the loading screens would have been improved, but No, this is always really long. Here we go.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. The fabulous
Hey, what's up,
Austin
T-Mav?
in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. The rookie lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have...
No, thank you.
Tsunoda, Ocon, Alex Albon, and Leclerc. Russell, Piastri, Bortoletto, and Calimea. Norris, Jackson,
interesting. P9, P10 right there.
And Sainz.
Norris outside the top 10, that's crazy.
Antonelli, Pierre Gasly, and
That
Isaac
fall off
Hadjar.
needs to be studied.
Stroll, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And
Like,
now
we
it's
went
time
from,
to
like,
head down to the track.
40 points, no, like 20
joining
points
me in the
behind both
commentary box
Leclerc
today
and
with
Norris
the
to
best
Norris
view on what is
completely
about to
collapsing out of the
unfold.
championship.
Strong
It's
views on the action
crazy.
we're about to see. Naomi Schiff, I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used...
I don't care. Okay.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance.
Well, we could go with a mediums to hard strategy, or we go softs to mediums. This says it's customized, so I'll revert that. No, okay, right. So, yeah. I think I'll go with the softs. I mean, remember how good they were in the sprint, right? And that was 7 laps. I mean, they did catch up quite a lot towards the end, but yeah, I feel like being able to do that stint on the softs, especially leading from the front, it's not going to be that much of an issue. So, yeah, I'll go with it. I will go with it. Do we want to go 3 laps higher, though? I really don't know. I think we'll take that. Yeah, we'll go with 3.2 laps higher. I don't want to go 3.5. Or rather 3.50 or whatever it was. 3.02 is what we've gone with. So it's Verstappen in P2, pretty much leaving where we left off. He's going on the softs as well, so we're not going to have the same issue as last time, which is a really good sign.
No rain expected, no rain expected for the time being.
LeClerc all the way down in P6, really struggling around Texas. That's exactly what we need to get us to get ourselves back into this championship fight. By the way, I will not be doing an episode of this tomorrow. We will be doing the Brazil episode on Wednesday, and then finishing up the season on Thursday. And then the week after that, we'll be doing the final season in this series. And then after that, we'll just wait for F1 26 DLC. I might still do some live streams on the online multiplayer, or I might take the opportunity to create some different content, because once the F1 26 DLC comes out, I'm going to go hard on that. That's one we've been waiting for. You know, the F1 26 like game or DLC, whatever, right? Those cars are what we've been waiting for for years, basically. So
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
I do want to give slipstream to Sonoda.
Be patient and watch
Why has he gone on the mediums? What is wrong with him? Come on, UK. Look at that horrible start. My God. And Yuki is nearly out of the top 5. That is dreadful. LECLERC's all the way up to P3. Are you fucking serious right now? How did he gain that much? Oh my God. Right, so he's jumped from P6 to P3. Sonoda's fallen all the way down to P7, I think. Oh my days. Are you kidding? LECLERC's up to P2. Verstappen has just let LECLERC pass. That's actually crazy. How has he managed that? What is going on with LECLERC's AI this season? He's literally unstoppable. That's insane. I've just seen my hopes for the championship nearly go up in flames. Right, I'm just going to have to try my best to push him out of DRS. But I don't think that's going to be possible. That is just absolutely insane. What he's managed to do there. He'll be pitting the same lap as me as well. Yeah, Verstappen's holding up the grid. What the fuck, man? I mean, I'm not surprised. But Jesus Christ, man. How has that happened? That is some rotten luck.
Okay, DRS is now available.
LECLERC is rapid right now. What the fuck is going on with this AI? It's insane how good he is right now. Crazy, man. He is so good for some reason.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
I don't think we're going to catch him. My championship dreams. A second championship gone up in flames. You'll get that AI acceleration as well. Fuck this game. Fuck you! Get off the track!
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Right. Let's just rewind. But you see how much acceleration he gets? He's not even got DRS or anything. It's absolutely insane. This game is just unfair. I should have kept it at 98. Fuck giving the game a fair chance. Right, we'll see what we can do as we go through this Grand Prix, but LECLERC's AI is just disgustingly broken. It's like him and Verstappen have swapped AI since Season 1 in my career mode. But look at the acceleration he gets. It's insane. The fact he jumps from P6 to P2 and is now P1 is absolutely dreadful. I don't even have DRS anymore. What the fuck is wrong with this game, man? Jesus. That's insane. It's not like I can go back and put it back down to 98 neither. I gotta stick with it now. Yeah, but look at that time gain. Like, he's gaining time on me, even though I have DRS. It's literally like, it's that broken. It is that broken. Look at the amount of time he's gaining. That is just insane, man. Yeah, he's gone. He is gone. That's my championship dreams just gone. He took care of that within 2 fucking laps. I had some hope when he started in P6, and then, fuck me, the pace of that fucking Ferrari in race conditions. Like, here comes Verstappen. It's fucking over. It's over! My championship dreams. I think he might even clinch the championship with this win. I don't know. Just end my misery at this point, you know? I don't even want to keep trying. You'll either clinch it here or in Brazil, either way. I think it is pretty much over. How did he jump from P6 to literally P2 before we even got to the main, the big straight? Yeah, I mean, I'll take anything at this point. Keep current is lap 8. We could go to lap 7.
Copy that.
We'll go lap 7, but I'm going to switch to the hards instead, because we'll be 2 laps worse than Leclerc coming out. I mean, I got to try something, right? We can hope for a safety car as well. You know what? No, we'll keep it on the mediums, and we'll just hope for a safety car. But yeah, we are just not good in race conditions. You see what I mean? How, like, inconsistent the AI is? Like, I put it at 100 just to give the AI a fair shot in qualifying, and they will fucking destroy me in the race. I don't get it. I just don't get it. This is my issue with this game, and obviously F1 24 as well. Here comes Tsunoda making the move for P4. Good on him.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.9 seconds.
But yeah, this is the inconsistency of it, right? So, what, do I have to do quali at 100 and then the race in 98? I mean, we could try that. But this is just fucking ridiculous. That's what it is. And it doesn't matter if I have DRS because the AI is still quicker than me anyway.
1 second.
1 second a lap faster. It's fucking broken. Like, don't get me wrong, 25 is a really good game, right? But it's in spite of all the problems that F1 24 brought in. Like, F1 22 was a bad game, but at least F1 23 practically fixed everything, you know? 24 broke it all again, and 25 just put a band-aid on it. Like, this is just bad. Now we're under pressure from Yuki. No DRS either. I'm going to let him pass. Because we could hold up Ocon, I don't know. Could at the very least help Yuki get some points. We still have a fight in the Constructors, trying to get P3 ahead of Williams. So we need all the points we can get, and this is a very good result for the team.
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push.
Alright, pitting for mediums this lap, and we're going to cross our fingers for a safety car. Yeah, I don't get it, man. They're so much quicker than me in the race, but in quali it's a completely different story. I just don't understand it. It's so broken. It's just not consistent at all. That's why in my mind F1 23 is still like the best F1 game. You could also say 2020, but I prefer the ground effect era cars and how they felt. Trying to hold up Ocon here. Break a little bit earlier here, but you know, I don't want to hold him up too much because I need to have my own race as well. But yeah, these softs are dead, so time to get in and hopefully get something different. I'm going to go on the hards. I don't trust the tyre deg.
Don't forget, box this lap.
Yep. Okay. Alright. Here we go. On to the hards. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, mate, that's
Yellow
it.
flags
Go,
behind.
go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
It's yellow flags. I don't think it caused anything
Okay,
though.
stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous
Hajar
driving
and
if you cross onto the
Behrman
track.
well behind. Did Behrman spin out? Oh no, Behrman pitted, I think. Maybe he took some damage. Hajar is well behind. I don't know what happened with him.
Okay, mate, let's try and climb up the order. I'm setting you a new target. Push, push.
The fuck? Hey, of course I'm going to achieve P16. This isn't even my true position. What the hell, man?
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
My god, I hate this game, I really do. I just don't gain any speed with DRS whatsoever, and that's why I'm always spending so much ERS. It's ridiculous.
Yes, mate, we hit the
It's absolutely
target.
fucking
Nice
ridiculous. How slow the player is in the straights compared to the AI. I really hope this isn't a problem when they add the 2026 cars, because apparently they are going to be changing like physics and stuff. Now I'm fucking stuck behind Stroll.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Look at this, man. Come on. I'm the one with DRS. And he's still quicker than me.
Okay, gap ahead, 3.6 seconds.
So I think from now on we'll have qualifying at 100 and then the race at 98. I think that's the best balance that we can do. Right, let's see where we end up. Leclerc's well out ahead, unless Verstappen caught up to him, that is. So we're nowhere near. Yeah, I would have hoped he would get held up by other cars, but nope, that's not the case whatsoever.
The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now.
Not sure if these cars are ahead of pit yet. Sainz has lost his wing, or part of his wing. God knows how that happened. Yep, he's not making it around that corner. And Doohan's holding me up. Lovely. Everything's going wrong, other than the car breaking down. Right, there's that move done. There's Yuki in the pits. I wish we could command our teammate to like stay out and back up the Ferraris, or at least attempt it.
Okay, Yuki is coming in for his stop now.
Yeah, that's Leclerc leading. What a shame, man, what a shame. Well, it's just the way it goes. I mean, Leclerc was so consistent this season. When we were on 104, he was up there. Difficulty 102, he was up there. Doesn't matter what difficulty we put it at. He's just consistent.
For a more conservative burn rate, or you might want to try some lifting or gentle braking to recharge.
He is just way, way, way too consistent. So he's earned the championship, I won't lie. It's the first time anyone's ever beaten me for a championship in an F1 game as well, so it just goes to show you how much harder F1 25 is. But it is a bit artificial with the AI acceleration on the straights, you know? But, you know, we've still got the Brazil sprint, then the Grand Prix, and then Las Vegas. So if Leclerc doesn't have the championship winning cutscene at the end of this, we're still in it, right? We've still got a chance. But not much of one. Brazil's probably going to be, like, the last chance. Like, Leclerc's going to have to, like, DNF for us to be within any chance. There's Norris in the McLaren. He seems to have recovered. I do get DRS, that's good. Yeah, we got a McLaren, he'll be chasing us soon. Ferrari, well ahead. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely no stopping them. They'll be winning the Constructors as well. Making up for bottling it last season. Just completely unstoppable. That lineup, Leclerc and Verstappen. And Verstappen hasn't even been good this season. He has probably had one of the worst seasons of his entire career. And Ferrari still win the Constructors. Goes to show how bad McLaren have been. But yeah, we've got to fight with Lando to keep this P3. That's the only thing we can really fight for right now.
And gap to the car in front, 9.5 seconds.
There's Ocon looking to overtake Tsunoda. Yeah, Norris has come out of nowhere with that McLaren, but he's having to do recovery drives like that every race because his qualifying form is so bad.
Okay, mate, Norris behind. We want to keep them behind, please. This is super critical for our strategy.
Man, shut up. He is going to overtake me. Though I will fight as hard as I can against him. I'm not going to lose a podium. I can fight for this, so that's what we're going to keep doing. Come on, Yuki, you got to fight harder than this. Still side by side, Ocon and Tsunoda. Yeah, we got to focus on recharge to have enough ERS to stay ahead of Norris.
Okay, mate, I'm afraid we didn't quite get what we needed there, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down now, chin up, and let's focus right until the checkered flag.
I think I remember saying this last year, but I really wish those objectives would give you a countdown before failure, because, yeah, so many times I have a driver overtake me, but I know they're going to overtake me, and so I'm already planning to keep on the inside, you know? So I shouldn't be failing that objective because I am still in P3.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on
and
the
because
driving.
I'm worrying about talking about that, I did not recharge during Sector 1, so we have less ERS than I would have wanted. Ooh, Norris diving down the inside. Should be able to keep it though. Hopefully Sonoda will be able to get P5 back, but that Haas is a lot better than you would think. Especially if you've been watching this whole series, that Haas has really improved. Honestly, it would be really, really interesting if we end up at Haas next season, considering how good that car is.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 11.7 seconds.
Right, we didn't save as much ERS as I would have thought, but this was enough last lap. It should be enough for the rest. Oh, that's more than enough. I think he ran out of ERS. Might be the mediums getting weaker as well. There is that. As we've actually pushed him out of DRS. Really good sign. Yeah, I've still got stick drift in this controller, not nearly as much as the other one, fortunately, but it's still there. Should be able to comfortably keep P3 though. Yeah, LECLERC in an absolute world of his own. Just absolutely crazy how OP he's been this season.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 11.7 seconds.
Yeah, we've pulled on Norris. Everyone but the Ferraris we seem to not have that difficult of a time with, so the Ferrari is just really, really good in general, it seems. Also because the driver's form as well, like the focus and stuff, just makes them so overpowered, it seems. But I don't know, because Verstappen's focus is nowhere near as good as Leclerc's, because Verstappen's had a terrible season. I guess the Ferrari is just that damn good, especially around this particular track. I don't know, man, but I think we'll keep it on 98 in future. But we'll put it on 100 for qualifying. Because qualifying obviously doesn't have that AI acceleration bug, I suppose.
Push, push.
It's not really a bug, they're well aware of it, obviously. But I think without the AI acceleration thing, you'll end up with a game like F1 where there's never any fighting going on, you know, because the AI is just so passive. But at least we got a podium out of it, at the very least, and it was a pretty comfortable podium, despite us getting pole position and we lost it, which is a shame. But yeah, Leclerc looks to be absolutely unstoppable, so if we're going to lose the championship in any fashion, at least it's without a doubt, you know. I think he might have clinched it with this win, I don't know. So I do feel really hard done by after what happened in Baku. Obviously, that was a big loss for us. But yeah, Ferrari, dominance around Kota. And all we can do is muster up a P3, which is better than nothing. Sonoda's got a P6, which is ahead of both Williams cars, so we are gaining points as well to stay in P3. Charles Leclerc once again wins. And he might have clinched the championship with that as well. As we come around the corner one final time, crossing the line, P3.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes.
Yeah, the team's happy, because they get to keep P3 in the Constructors, and they don't really care if I win the Drivers' Championship or not, considering I already won it last season, and I'm leaving anyway.
What a drive!
But
what
man,
a victory! He wins!
he was just so dominant, man. That jump from P6 to P2 in lap 1, and then Verstappen practically let him pass. I gotta have a look at that. That's some shenanigans there. It was looking so good before the race started.
Right at the top. Let the celebrations begin. And who gets to take the top step of the podium?
Yeah. Alright.
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Wow. Yeah, I think Leclerc actually gained points on us after that, to be fair. So it is practically over at this point. He is now 40 points ahead again, like 38 points. He's now 38 points ahead. So we've managed to gain, I think, 2 points. I think that's 38 points anyway. I'm not very good at math. I think it's more like 28 points, isn't it? I don't know, man. I can't really see the gap because of my face cam being in the way. But at least we gain points in the Constructors. That's good. Right, yeah, 34, that's 10. 44, 20, 54, 30. Yeah, that's... Okay, I was right. That is 38 points. I'm pretty sure. Whatever. I'm gonna stop doubting myself. Alright. I'm calling shenanigans here. What? How did Leclerc pull this off? Yeah, Yuki. Oh, Yuki. Oh, no. Look at that dive down the inside from Leclerc there. Literally, Yuki left the door wide open. So does Ocon. Everybody's round the side. Oh. literally just makes it so easy. To be fair, this is a really good move from Leclerc. That's a championship winning move right there. But what happened between him and Verstappen? I mean, it makes logical sense that Verstappen would let him pass, but that's not coded in the AI, so how did that happen? I'm guessing Verstappen got hit with a massive whiff of dirty air from myself. Oh, yeah, oh my god. And nearly making contact as well, and that's how Leclerc got P2. Yeah, dirty air, I don't know what happened with Verstappen there. I think he's faked that, in my opinion, just to let Leclerc pass, but there you go. Wow. That was crazy from Leclerc. My god. Yeah, he's definitely won the championship. With moves like that, I can see why, man. I did not stand a chance. I don't know what I was thinking. There is still races to go. Of course, he didn't get the championship winning cutscene, so there is still enough points left in it for us to be able to still win the championship. But, man, I have safety car on increased as well, and there's barely any safety cars going on. Like, everything, all the stars are aligning for Leclerc to be winning this championship, you know? We haven't had a safety car in like 3-4 races, and I have it on increased. It's just not happening. So, it might be over. It might be over. But, yeah. There you go. So, that was the Texas Grand Prix of Season 3. Next episode will be on Wednesday. That'll be the Brazilian Sprint and Grand Prix. That will pretty much be the weekend that kind of... I think Leclerc is going to clinch the championship there, unless he has an absolute nightmare weekend. I think it is pretty much secure on for Leclerc. So Ferrari having the dream season, and yeah, fingers crossed we get a championship level car next season. But yeah, if you guys liked it, be sure to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to comment, share, and subscribe as well. I don't know why I'm doing my outro so differently, but whatever. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for some more F1 25. Until then, peace.